Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be doing a sewing everything that my dog ripped up back together. So in today's episode, we have a kitten bed that was ripped up. I did think his dog bed was ripped up, but I looked again and I don't think it is. I could have sworn I seen him ripping stuffing out of this one though. So that doesn't need to be sewed, but we also have the kitten playpen that needs to be sewed back together. Not that Aries chewed this one up. Well, he did chew up the corner a little bit, but that part isn't messed up like the rest of it. Basically, just the zipper came off of the seam and stuff, so I'm just gonna be sewing that back together. And we're gonna be doing it the old-fashioned way because I don't have a sewing machine, so we're gonna be doing it with handy-dandy old needle and spool. All right, so while I'm sewing this, I wanted to talk to you guys about just some stuff, you know, that's revolving the pets, stuff that I think you guys should know, and I thought this would be a perfect little sit-down video that we could do while I sew stuff back together. So let's get into it. Okay, so I have this sewing kit that I made when I was probably like 10. My grandma used to have these big tins of like thread in the closet. You know the big popcorn tin cans that you think would have popcorn and stuff in them, but they actually have sewing stuff and just random like grandmom stuff? Well, that was the tin can with all these colorful things, and now I'm thinking like, hey, these are really old. Now that I remember, I definitely was snooping around and taking a couple colors every now and then when I seen them. So some of these, thank you grandmom, these are definitely yours. So for the bed, actually, it's a blue. We can't do that good of a job because I can't flip it inside out. I'm not a professional sewer, so literally I'm probably just gonna go like this and sew it up. But for this one, this is kind of wet. I don't know why. This one. And Aries, like literally, I'm gonna tell you, he walked in the bathroom and closed the door on himself, and now he's trying to get out. Makes no sense. You know what? I think I'm just gonna leave him in there until he starts like whining, because I can guarantee you he's already gonna come out and just rechew everything up. I haven't sewed in so long. I used to be really crafty, like I used to crochet and everything, but all that talent went down the drain. Getting the thread in the needle hole is probably the most annoying thing ever, and my eyesight has gotten worse over the years, so, you know, when I was a kid, this was easy peasy, but now I'm struggling. The first thing I wanted to mention to you guys that I thought was the most important was, if you remember, I did get a new crescent gecko. His name was Echo. Now, when I got Echo, I was already told that Echo he only eats at night, doesn't like eating in front of people. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I won't look at him while he eats. So when I first got Echo, I cohabited, as you guys know, I cohabited Calypso and Echo for quite a while. And I just noticed over the course of time that Echo looked like he was losing weight instead of gaining weight. It didn't look like he was eating. I tried assist feeding him, putting the food up to his mouth and trying to get it in his mouth that way, but nothing. Like, Echo just would not eat. So eventually I moved Echo away from Calypso, thinking, oh, maybe it's because they're cohabiting, you know, it's probably stressful for him in the first place. Probably shouldn't have done that anyway, but I did. You know, we all make mistakes. I moved Echo away from Calypso. And mind you, when Echo had came to me, Echo was already in a bit of a upsetting situation. Like when he came to me, he was skinny. He was way skinnier than Calypso. So he was already like a little work in progress. I knew I was taking in an animal that, you know, needed a little assistance, especially with the eating portion. Because if your crescent gecko's tamed enough or your crescent gecko's comfortable enough, they should be able to eat regardless whether you're looking at them or not. I noticed Echo wasn't, I don't even know where the part of this story is. Anyway, I noticed Echo wasn't eating, so that's when I moved him away from Calypso's tank. I moved him out of Calypso's tank and back into his own. Again, that's when I noticed that he still wasn't eating. Like, the food would be there. I didn't see him ever go after it. I would check at night just to see if he even made his way to the food bowl. I still tried giving him crickets with the tongs and even tried using a syringe to give him Pangea, but nothing. Like, Echo was not eating at all, and he was just getting skinnier. So I had already prepared myself to know that I might lose this gecko. I was going to go take him to the vet, but with all this coronavirus and the pandemic, a lot of things were pushed back. Like, I tried to get Kit Kat a vet visit back in April, in the early April, and they said I wouldn't even be able to make an appointment till mid-May. What happened was, how I found him passed, and I'm assuming that the cause of death was starvation because I never saw him eat once. And there was really only so much I can do without hurting him to make him eat, you know? I found Echo curled up on the floor in the dirt. I picked him up and he was pretty firm, so when I had got to him, he was already passed for quite some time. It's really a shame because him and Calypso got along so well. Things happened, so that's kind of sad. Didn't mean to start this video off on such a sad note, but I feel like I had to tell you guys because, yeah, we no longer have Echo. Poor little guy wouldn't eat. I don't know if it's because of stress, but I did what I had to do. I did what I could do, and I really had limited options. So, the kittens, everyone is doing good. Mo is already adopted, as you guys know from the last video, but I still have Eenie, Meanie, and Miney, and Eenie's the black one. Eenie is the black one, Meanie's the gray one, and Miney is the Tabitha one. I'm pretty sure I have somebody already for Miney, so that will leave me left with Eenie and Meanie. So if any of you guys are in the Philadelphia area and are interested in adopting a kitten, specifically the ones I have, please send me an email, put in the subject like kitten adoption, and I'll be sure to read. Whoever's interested, you have to go through an application process through Pause, and I can like send you all that info as well. It's $100 for the adoption fee, and it comes with like the spay, neuter, I think free vet visits for a year. So you are getting the bang for your buck. My email is, I think I leave my email in the description, but if it's not there, it's tjcranexd@gmail.com. These are gonna be the only 2 fosters I have left, and I'm kind of sad because they're all finding homes, but then again, this is a process with the fostering, so I kind of have to deal with it. The bed is sewn up. Wait, did I even show you guys what it looked like before? If I didn't, that defeats the whole purpose of this, but I sewed it up. Another thing, if you guys are interested in CALYPSO'S tank or Fitz's tank, I have the link down below, but I only had a link for US customers. Now I have a link for Canadian customers. So if you guys are in Canada, I will leave that link down below. There goes Aries. Oh, he opened the door himself. Aries, let's move on to Aries. Aries has been great. The only thing I would say that's still like a concern with me for Aries is his obedience. So he'll listen to me sometimes. Like he'll listen to me when we're by ourselves. Aries, you can't eat the yarn. Aries has selective hearing. I know in the first vlog I posted when I got Aries back, a lot of you were saying, no, this one comment, I don't know, you guys could probably see it, or maybe I deleted it because I got mad, but I did respond to it. Not all, but some comments were really like hostile towards me in a way. Were saying like, oh well, if Aries wasn't rehomed so much, then he won't have a problem, or you treat your animals like toys. What I realized about Aries is when you discipline him, he thinks it's a joke. I could scream, I could talk stern, I could be quiet, I could whisper, I could do what I want. He'll still think everything's a joke. We have this stick, right? There's a broomstick. And it's like one of the cheap ones you get from the dollar store. So whenever Aries is being bad, all I have to do is raise that stick. I don't even have to touch him with it. And mind you, I've never hit him with it, maybe on the butt a couple times, a little tap if he's doing something or in something he's not supposed to be in, because he doesn't listen to my verbal commands. He knows when he's in trouble, but I think as he's doing an action and as he's getting scolded for it, he just chooses not to listen. Like, I feel like he does things and then he regrets it later and he feels bad about it. He listens when he wants to. So we're gonna be dealing with that. So here is the hole that I sewed up, and now we're gonna be moving on to, there's like one small one. There's a small one right here. So I'm gonna be sewing that one up next. Okay, where did I put that needle? Because if one of these pets get the needle, probably Aries. I don't even know where I put it. And that thing is like so small too. You know how hard this is gonna be for me to find this? I'll just look back at the video where I put it down at. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the leopard gecko's natural habitats and how they're working for them. So they are doing really good. It's just a shame because the plants that I put in there, the pothos, they died very quickly. I don't even know why I go out and buy new plants because they just end up dying. I don't know how to take care of plants. I really don't. Their habitats are awesome because they actually dig holes in it. Like you can see them digging, and sometimes Tamale will even dig tunnels. They just enjoy it more. They're out more, and I feel like when I first got the tanks and everything, and I guess you could say my perspective from last year to this year with taking care of the pets, it's changed a lot. Like before, I wanted the best for my animals, of course, but I didn't really feel like I needed to do their tanks extravagantly. Like I was like, all right, well, as long as they have what they need and as long as they have some sort of enrichment in their tank, then that's fine. As time went on, I realized that if I was a lizard, would I really want to be in this sort of environment? And I thought to myself, no, I wouldn't. I would want plants, dirt, like this is their natural, this is the closest thing to natural they have. But basically, I just wanted to switch them all to a natural habitat because before I was really nonchalant with how their tanks were set up. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I made sure that they had what they needed and they were getting everything that they needed to live. But again, there's a difference between making sure they're living a sustainable life, but making sure they're having an enriched life as well. And I wanted that for them. And I feel like if I added plants and dirt and more natural things, then they would enjoy that more. And now I'm noticing that. So I'm probably going to be doing something with Fitz's tank. I really want to try something different with the substrate, but this substrate is so controversial for bearded dragon. So I don't even want to try because I can already imagine everyone commenting like, oh, you're going to kill Fitz. I doubt Fitz is going to try to eat dirt now. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to see reacting to my subscribers' tanks again, so I will be doing that soon. Just not right now. My phone is actually broke, so I can't really receive anything from you guys through Instagram. But once I get my phone fixed and everything, I'm going to be posting on my story, hey, send me your bearded dragon tanks, or really send me any tank, I guess, and I will review it. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you're following me on Instagram for that. If you want to follow my personal Instagram, go ahead. I don't really use that one for pet stuff anymore. That's more so like strictly me. But if you guys want to be included in the next few videos and future polls and stuff, then I would definitely follow my pet Instagram, which is Taylor Crane YT. Okay, so this bed is taken care of. Where are those little scissors? We have a bed, no holes. Now moving on to the playpen. So actually, there's a hole in the bottom of it that I had to, clip together because the kittens will get out. Now that they're older, I really just let them free roam now. They really don't need to be in a playpen. They get along with the other cats, and half the time they're sleeping anyway. So I'm going to be taking this down actually, but before I did, I just wanted to make sure it was sewed back up. My next video is probably going to be fixing the pet wall. So you see how Mishu's in my kitchen right now? I actually wanted her to be on one of these shelves. I'm going to be putting all the pets on the shelves instead of like scattered a little bit. Not that anybody else is scattered, really just Mishu is like out of the way, but I want everybody to be in one spot, so I'm going to be doing that. I also wanted to set up the fish tanks. I have like 2 more fish tanks in my closet. They're not very big, but they're small, and you know my experiences with fish already. They literally come and go with me. They're an animal I'm just also afraid to take care of because I feel like every time I've got a fish, you guys seen it once and then it never showed up again because something happened within the aquarium. That's why I've stopped taking care of like betta fish or really any other type of fish besides an axolotl. I'm pretty good with the axolotls. Just fish in general, I feel like it's a lot harder to tell if they're sick, but I don't really want to put fish in there yet. Eventually, yes, but I'm still scared too. Back in my day, we didn't have electric sewing machines. And yes, I can say back in my day because that was 20 years ago. 2 decades. I'm 2 decades old. I just have to sew the zipper back on. Good thing this blends in because this is one hack job. Okay, so that part is now fixed. So actually for this part of the video, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I'm sewing it because most of this video was just a talk anyway. So this time I'm gonna show you guys how I'm sewing and show off my sewing skills because I really have nothing left to talk about, but I just wanted to update you guys quickly on the death of Echo, what my intentions were for the future end videos, and also what I'm gonna be doing with this pet wall. But I will be doing a pet wall tour. That's probably gonna be my next video, is just how the pet wall looks and setting up the other tanks, so stay tuned for that one.
Needle, thread.
Let the thread out however much you think you need. And then for this stitch, I'm gonna have to go like in and out and in and out, whereas the bedding, I kind of just went up and then I brought the thread around like I was sewing like this. You'll see the difference. And now I'm just gonna go back so I can reach that piece of thread. Just get any holes I missed the first time, because as you can see, there's still like a hole right there. It's hard for me to explain, it's better if I just show you. See how it's coming up from that side? I'm just bringing it back around like this. That should hold it. Now we just cut and tie. And there was my sewing tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me sew things back together. If you guys want to see more videos like this, so update videos or even videos where I talk about a certain topic, then let me know in the comments down below and leave the topic that you want me to talk about. I'm sure there's stuff around here that I could do that's too boring to make a video of itself, so I could talk over it and give you guys updates and whatnot. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for the next video.